Welcome to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping Orange County. With your host, Don Camber.
Hello, live from the OC Talk Radio studios at UCI's Beal Applied Innovation Center. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Don Camber with another great guest impacting our community in a positive way. Today I welcome OC Public Library's County Librarian Julie Quillman. OC Public Libraries this month reached its 100th year of service. Over its history, it has instituted services and programs that directly respond to the community needs and reflect the changing climate across Orange County. Thank you, Julie, for being on Impact OC.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm very happy to be here to share our events and libraries.
Julie, OC Public Libraries is a network of community libraries with 32 branches. Please share with us the impact the libraries have on the communities and relationships they have with the residents they serve.
Well, over the past 100 years, OC Public Libraries has changed as the needs of our communities change. It's based on our mission. We help our communities succeed, learn, and explore, and we help them connect and belong as a community. Everyone is welcome at the library, and we provide access to information for all.
Well, how do they operate now as opposed to how they operated in the past? Because obviously there have been a lot of changes over 100 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the big things right now that we've seen a need for is to provide internet services for underconnected communities. And we've been providing computers and internet for many, many years, and we're very aware of the divide between those who have broadband access at home and those who do not. So we created Wi-Fi on Wheels, which was mobile Wi-Fi trailers to provide broadband internet on a regular schedule in underconnected neighborhoods, especially useful during the pandemic for kids who are doing distance learning and people trying to access information online.
Now, do people still go into libraries, or is it all pretty much done online?
Well, there's more and more online, but many people love to go to the library. We are what is considered the third space in the community. There's your home, there's your work, and then there's a third space. There aren't many spaces that are public, open to anyone, that you can just spend the day. You can sit and relax, you can rent movies, you can borrow books. We have meeting rooms, we have study guides, we have programs to attend, all of those things inside our welcoming facilities.
But also people can have access to the library online.
Yes, we have a really good e-learning scheme for people, as well as e-books and e-audiobooks, and we have many connections to other resources to help parents, to help children. And, simply have a library card and you can get any ebook that there is out there.
Explain how it works when you do it from home or you do it in the library.
Well, if you are from home, it's very easy. If you have a cell phone to just access, our website is ocpl.com, and from there you can get to the catalog, you can get to the ebooks. It's all there on the web page. If you're in the library, all the resources are just around you there, and you can ask any staff member for help. Also, we have computers that people can get right onto the internet in the library, so you can ask staff for help and they can guide you to anything that you need.
Do you go to card catalogs anymore?
The card catalog is online. We have a brand new mobile app that is what used to be the card catalog, but it's just astonishing how different it works, but how still it is based on that initial information from back in the day when there was card catalogs. Whether you're looking for a book about the planet Mercury or the latest book you saw on a talk show, you can just type that information in and it will come up and tell you what we have available.
Now, can you access a library even if you don't live in a city that has a Orange County Public Library?
Yes, you can just go to any of our branches as long as you're an Orange County resident, and you can get a library card.
And what is the procedure to check out a book in person and online?
In person, we have what are called self-check stations, where you just bring your card up and you put it under the scanner, and it recognizes your card number, and then it says, okay, go ahead and put your books under the scanner, and you just scan them one by one and check them out. Online, you go to your account just the same way. You find the ebook that you want, and if your account is clear, then you just say check it out, and it will check it out right through your phone or your device.
Now, with an ebook, does it automatically expire, go away? Because how do you bring it back?
Yes. When your time is up, which can be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it will let you know ahead of time, hey, your book is expiring, and you can renew it if no one else is waiting for it, and if not, then it just expires and it just leaves your device.
Now, another thing your libraries do, kindergarten readiness.
Yes, that's one of our big new initiatives this year, and we started that because 3 out of 5 kids in Orange County don't have the skills that the state recognizes that they need to go to school. And many of them are social skills as well as basic math and reading skills, but very simple things that parents can do at home. And so we started Kindergarten Readiness. We have a website that has all sorts of resources on it. And last week we added Kindergarten Readiness backpacks that people can check out and take home. And there's instructions, there's little cards about how to use the toys, how to use the books, there's rhymes, there's pointers just for your daily life to point things out to your kids while you're, in the grocery store, like how many apples are we going to buy? Do you want red or green? Beginning to use those basic things that you just don't think of, but those are the building blocks for learning later in life.
And that's for parents to help their children be ready in kindergarten?
Yes. And this past year of the pandemic, there's a just unbelievable number of kids who did not go to preschool or kindergarten because, of course, that it would be almost impossible to do that virtually. So there was a lot of kids who were just left out, and we are seeing them in our mobile library visits who, 5-year-olds who haven't actually held a crayon, or they don't know how to use little safety scissors. They're just really a whole year behind where they would have been because of the pandemic.
But right now, are you offering programs inside the libraries?
Beginning September 24th, we have programs inside the libraries. Right now, they are virtual, or we have our mobile library, which goes out to communities in need.
And how does that work?
So it has a regular schedule. We visit senior centers, preschools, community resource centers, rec departments. We set up usually outdoors, but sometimes inside. We have story time. We have crafts. We have hundreds of books to check out. We have Chromebooks and Wi-Fi hotspots so people can take them home and have Wi-Fi. And it's been really popular. The kids are just really loving it. We had one little boy who said it was the best day of his life. He checked out a whole bunch of books. And last week we had a superhero program, and the kids made little superhero masks, and then they took photos in superhero poses. And it's just, they're having so much fun, but they don't realize at the same time that they're learning and developing and getting ready for school.
And you have programs for teens.
Yep, we have a lot of teen. Every library has a teen area that's a little bit separate so they can be by themselves. They can hang out. It has great graphic novels and teen books, but we have many teen programs. We have a Comic Orange that's really popular with teens. And we have teen advisory boards where teens come together and they learn a little bit about making decisions as a group and what would be useful that they think in their library to help support other teens.
And programs for adults and seniors.
Yes, seniors right now are one of our big goals because the County of Orange the number of seniors are greatly increasing. So during the pandemic, we had a lot of people who were, instantly, the county is closed. We had seniors calling us who, I have an iPad in a box or a cell phone in a box that my kids gave me, but they don't even know how to turn it on. So before the pandemic, we had one-on-one classes for seniors for how to use devices. But during the pandemic, our staff worked over the phone with people to get those things set up. Nobody had ever heard of Zoom, and we helped, dozens of seniors get Zoom on their phone and be able to attend our Zoom programs. We moved our book clubs, our senior book clubs, from being in person to being remote access. At first it was just over phone and then by Zoom, and we helped, those seniors one by one. We made sure that they were all connected, excuse me, that they were all able to get Zoom and participate in those book clubs. And now moving forward, as we're getting out of the pandemic little by little, we will be adding senior programming in person again, but as for right now, it is mainly virtual.
Do you believe the Zooms will resume? Zooms will continue since it was great for people to do it wherever they wanted?
Oh, absolutely. We were astonished at the number of people who were able to participate by Zoom who told us that they would have loved to have come to a program in person, but because of childcare or ill health or work schedule, or they had no transportation. So having those type of programs, Zoom or in just virtual, allows a lot more people to attend. And we discovered for our authors, to be able to do a Zoom program means they're just in their living room at home. So instead of, trying to fly and rent a hotel and do a book tour, and we're hoping to get them as part of the book tour, and, we have to pay some of those costs. It's so much easier to have authors by Zoom. And we had so many really good authors this year in conversations about their books, which is just, of course, books and reading, very important at the libraries still to this day, even with our changes for the future. So they were really popular, and we will definitely be continuing those.
So what you're saying is during COVID, you were still very busy and very important to the community.
Yes, even more so, I think. We really realized that there were a lot of people who desperately needed our services, but even more so when we started rolling out our Wi-Fi on wheels into underconnected communities. We realized that there was a whole nother area of the community who needed not just internet, but library services in general at their sites. So people who, for whatever reason, transportation, daycare, health, whatever, could not actually get to libraries even in their own neighborhoods. And so by bringing these mobile vehicles out to those sites, we are reaching even more people. And it's just, the response has been overwhelming. We're just thrilled. And we've heard that's happening all over the country too. Bookmobiles are coming back. Libraries are going out there, reaching the communities, a real grassroots effort.
And there's all kinds of materials you can get access to online from your libraries.
Yes, we have, hundreds of thousands of ebooks, e-audiobooks, plus many streaming things. And for kids, we have a lot of, they don't realize that they're learning, but they appear to be fun games that are at the appropriate level, if you're a second grader or a 5-year-old or whatever. So parents can just connect them right there. And also a lot of opening up the world. There's many museums and societies who participate with libraries. So, through our library, you can see the cameras at zoos and things as well. So lots of ways for people to stay connected.
Are people doing a lot of reading of books, or are they doing primarily streaming and watching?
There seem to be doing a lot of reading of books. Books and reading have just really skyrocketed. Our circulation is going up, and as you'll see from social media, there's lots of even people in the past who maybe would have slacked off reading a bit in their late teens, early 20s, but who are just crazy now reading all kinds of stuff and putting it on social media. So it's booming. Books and reading are booming.
Explain why people should take the time to read.
Well, reading helps you in so many ways, but it builds empathy and it builds social conscience. It makes you aware of worlds that might be right there in your community that you had no idea of, or worlds, hundreds of light years away. And also depending on people's age, for young children, it's a way to open the world. But also for seniors, it's a way to stave off things like dementia and everything, because it connects you. And by reading and then joining a book club, you can share those ideas and connect to people.
And are they doing book clubs via Zoom?
Yes, both. We're in September, we will be starting in person again, and right now we are doing Zoom.
And how does those operate?
Well, you email the person who's in charge of it at your library, and then they'll send you the Zoom invite. You read the book, and then you get together and, every week or how often it meets, and you discuss your ideas about the book. And they're very, very popular. One of the benefits about having a Zoom book club is in the past, maybe you would have only gone to the book club that was right there at your library close to your home, but now maybe you'd still do that, but you might also be interested in the book that's at the one far away, and you can participate via Zoom.
How do you find out about book clubs?
You go to our website. It's all listed there. We have a calendar, and we have all of the information.
So people can just go online and just see a book that they're interested in reading and then read it and then participate in a book club. And it's also like a social activity.
Absolutely it is, yes.
But also many libraries have volunteers. Is that something you'll be opening up for people?
We will, but not until October. Then we will be bringing volunteers back.
And explain the importance of having volunteers when that time comes for funding.
Well, volunteers help in a lot of ways, and funding because they are doing work, but also, perhaps more importantly, is that they spread the word about the power of libraries because of the connections they see being made there in libraries. So it's a wonderful thing for them as well, and the friends that they make there participating while being a volunteer.
Explain the website.
The website is www.ocpl.org, and everything you could find or need to know about the library is there.
And your website and people have connections with other libraries.
Yes, we are. We're a connection of 32 libraries, but we work with the other libraries in Orange County, and we work with libraries all across the state and the country to share resources, share ideas, work together for our communities.
So if someone's interested in anything, they could just get in touch with a library.
Yes, they can. It would be a great place to start.
And the costs, any costs connected to this?
It's all free. Everything at the library is free.
And what about overdue books? I've heard in some places they're not charging for overdue books.
Yes, they're on hold right now, overdues, because of the pandemic. And we'll see what the future holds, but we're hoping to do that also.
What are the COVID protocols for in-person at the library?
Right now, and of course, those things can change daily. But right now, if you are not vaccinated, you must wear a face covering.
And what's the limit to the number of books that one could check out in person?
50.
50?
Yes. Not many people do that, but little kids, if you're reading a whole bunch of little picture books, you can get to 50 pretty quickly.
And you can have it for about 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, and then if you can renew it in the event no one else wants it.
Yes. And we have automatic renewals. They will be renewed unless you bring them back or there is someone else has put a hold on it.
Now, what's your recommendation in terms of encouraging children to read? How early should you catch them and get them to do it?
Well, with our kindergarten readiness, we've really learned that they're learning the building blocks and the basics because you don't want to rush them or make it frustrating. So long before they go to school, they're learning maybe the letters of their name. Maybe they only know the first letter of their name, but they're learning the colors, the shapes, just in day-to-day life so that when they do get to kindergarten, they can start putting the pieces together there at school to begin to read. And you'll see when you read with kids at home that they recognize the pages and they know the words, they know what's happening on each page of the story, and they want to read it over and over and over again. If you try to skip ahead, they're all, wait, you missed that sentence that I love. So those are the building blocks that they're even learning. You turn the book from right to left. You read from the top to the bottom. Those are the important things to start those building blocks.
And then for adults, you also have audiobooks.
Yes, those are still very popular. There's still people who have a CD player at home or in the car. And of course, we have all of the streaming ones that you can just use through your phone.
Give us the website again, please.
OCPL.org.
Thank you, OC Public Library's County Librarian Julie Quillman, for being on Impact OC. And I thank everyone for tuning in. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Dawn Camber. Have an impactful day.
You've been listening to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping our community. Right here on Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio.